Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. First things first, so season 12 have not dropped as of yet, but it will be dropping today, 1 p.m. PDT. That will be 2nd September for me. But what Niantic have done, they have pushed the move updates one day before that. So they have pushed it today at 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. So I'm not quite sure, but prior to that I have already completed 3 of my sets over here. So firstly, the thing that I'm going to try out is Dunsparce over here, because earlier Dunsparce was having access to bite along with, I think, tackle or takedown, I'm not sure, but now it have got access to rollout. Rollout was though nerfed, but still it does generate energy so quickly and so fast, along with the good moveset that Dunsparce have access to. That's Rock Slide and Drill Run. So for the team comp over here, it's a standard and possibly the best AVB team style to put out for Dunsparce showcase, because Dunsparce being normal, it does not want to face a fighter, and with his movesets, it does not want to face out a ground as well. That is the reason I am using it as an AVB team style with Registeel to lure out a potential fighter or a potential ground type in the backline for my opponent's team, along with the lead, which is very strong for this team as well, being Medicham, because Medicham with Ice Punch, Psychic and Counter can easily handle all the fighters, all the ground and some flyers as well. And for on the other hand, my backline of Dunsparce and Registeel can handle the weaknesses of Medicham as well, being Flying, Fairy, Ghost also. Apart from being AVB, it is going to be still having balanced team out, because on the terms of coverage and bulk for this team, which is really good. So that will be the thought process that I had while building this team up, and I'm really excited to check out how Dunsparce worked out, which is not that big of a change, but still it's even better with rollout over here. So without further more delay, let's jump into the battles and check out how this team performed with Dunsparce. And now moving in the first battle and picking up a lead with Swampert, to which in this team I've actually tried out a different AVB team style, which was actually with Lickitung, which was actually a normal typing. But after in the couple of battles, I did switch out a Lickitung with Registeel. But if you don't have access to a Registeel over here with Zap Cannon, Lickitung does works perfectly well. To which now, since they swapped out into their own Alola and Marowak over here, to which my response of Lickitung is quite good, and they are straight going for the Shadow Bone rather, which is double resisted by my normal typing, and I could easily get the farm down with Lick. To which now they comes back with Mandibuzz over here, with which is actually running Air Slash. Since it is running Air Slash, it is quite a bad matchup for my Medicham, so I'll be going for the chip damage with back-to-back body slams over here. But now that is going to be really tough, because they cannot farm me down with Air Slash over here, so I could reach to 3 back-to-back body slams over here, with which puts the Mandibuzz really low over here. It's down to its 40% health, and now they have to throw, which is not a great thing, because they have now taken so much damage, and from this kind of range I'll be easily coming back with my Dunsparce over here. So Dunsparce with a rollout does really have a great matchup against Mandibuzz because of its Rock Slide damage, but since they caught the move onto their own Swampert over here, which is double resisted, which is fine for me, but now I can come back with my Medicham and align it perfectly with it. So to which they recognize their fate and top lives the game, which I'm fine with. So moving into the next matchup, I pick up a lead of Bastiodon, to which now they swaps out into a Medicham over here. So Medicham switch in, or a Medicham safe swap, is kind of tricky to handle with this team as well. To which I'll be going for the first Psychic over here, and now after taking one Psychic, or maybe a Ice Punch, I think this 6 counter, so it's Ice Punch over here. To which now I'll be I think I'll be letting the next Ice Punch go through as well. To which now I'll be switching out into my next Registeel over here, or maybe I should go for Ice Punch over here to get rid of this Medicham, which is going to be a really great play because now they'll be coming with their own Trevenant over here, because this will be good. Now I can align my own yeah, I definitely get the first shield from my opponent's end, and now I can align my Dunsparce over here. So Dunsparce being normal will be resisting the nuke of Shadow Ball and Shadow Claw as well. So Seed Bomb over here is neutral, but since Dunsparce is kind of defense weighted as well, because I think when I was powering it up, it was getting maxed out at level 40, I think, which is really cool because now I can go for back-to-back rock slide damage, which is really starting to add up onto this Trevenant over here, to which now this swaps out into their own Bastiodon. So Bastiodon with a Registeel does not have any play, to which now I'll be going for the double super effective Focus Blast over here that does so much damage and they recognizes their fate, and I think they'll be going for the first Flamethrower over here, which is not going to be enough, and I think they will be top lifting the game as well, because a double shielded Registeel over here with Trevenant does not have any play. So GG's to my opponent, well played. Moving into the third matchup, I pick up a lead of Medicham over here once again, and since this matchup is also quite awkward, so I'm not very sure because I cannot switch out right now into my Registeel, because that's also a very tough matchup to what I'll be able to do. So I'll be going for the first Psychic, and I'll be hoping for the debuff over here, which I could not get, and I'll be swapping into my own Registeel over here. So for Registeel, I can easily thread this Medicham over here for a Zap Cannon, which will be knocking it out from that kind of range, which will be nice. But let's see if my opponent does want to give up shield. So they went for the first shield over here, which is going to be really nice, and now they'll be throwing one more Ice Punch. So Ice Punch is double resisted right now because because of my skill typing and how bulky Registeel is. I can easily tank up one Ice Punch and go for the next Zap Cannon once again. So Zap Cannon does get out the final shield from my opponent's end. Then this is now tricky because now they are loaded, so I need to come back with my Dunsparce and I need to load up on energy, and this was a misplay from my end because this shield with a double debuffed Psychic was really not needed, because it's double debuffed although, and it was kind of a misclick over here which I did, to which now they'll be swapping out, they'll be coming back into with their own Bastiodon over here with a shield advantage Dunsparce, which is not really good because I have access to Drill Run. So Drill Run hits for super effective damage, but as you guys can see, so though it's super effective, but Bastiodon is so tanky, and with the non-stab damage from Drill Run, it does not do much, to which now they swaps out into their own Lickitung right now, and this is going to be tricky because my Medicham is not enough healthy so that it can withstand the leg damage, but I have to go for back-to-back Rock Slide to soften this Lickitung up, which is now going to be not enough because one Psychic also will not do enough damage to knock it out from that kind of range, but I have to go for one more Rock Slide over here, and I think they will be throwing this time. So I think they'll be going for one more Body Slam, which is not enough to get the knockout, but they went for the Power Whip, which is not enough. But now from this kind of range, they built up so much energy that they could reach to one Body Slam as well, which does enough damage, and now from this kind of range they can easily swap out into their own Bastiodon and knock me down with a Smackdown. So that was not a really great play from my end because yeah, shielding that was double boosted, double debuff Psychic is not good. To which now, moving into the next matchup, I pick up a lead with Altaria, to which now they perfectly catch the Ice Punch onto their own Azumarill over here. So I'll not take favor from this opponent, so that is the reason I'll be taking I'll be catching the next Ice Beam onto my own Registeel over here, which is kind of a favor back, which I do really like, to which now I'll be going for the next Zap Cannon, but not before they throw in one more Ice Beam once again, which is resisted because I am definitely Steel, and now I'll be going for the Zap Cannon. So Zap Cannon from that kind of range will easily knock out. I think it's not enough, but it's almost enough to get the knockout, and I could easily get the farm down. To which now they again gave up switch, and they went for the resisted Sky Attack once again, and that's how they messed it up. Because now from this kind of range, I can easily go for one Zap Cannon, which will do so much damage to this neutral damage to this Altaria as well. And now I'm loaded with my own Medicham as well, because from this kind of range I can go for back-to-back ice punches, which might draw out the shield, but they don't opt to. And let's see what my opponent does have in the backline, which is going to be their own Cresselia. So Cresselia will is very tanky, but with double shields. But since I am also matching up on same shields as well, so I'll be going for the back-to-back ice punches over here, doing a bit of chip damage. And from this kind of range, I think they will be going for a hell lot of energy over here. But they cannot farm me down because Medicham is tanky, so they have to watch out. So they have to throw out their first Grass Knot as well, which does knock me out. And from this kind of range, I want them to waste a bunch of the energy, to which they went for the Grass Knot. But they were not able to get the knockout for my Registeel, which I save up for my later matchup, and I come back with my own Dunsparce. So Dunsparce is also tanky, so that is a reason it will be good. Like it will be a good matchup for Dunsparce as well, because I can go for Rock Slide over here. And since it's very early in the season, like not season have not yet started, but since it's the very first match with Dunsparce over here, so I came up with that Rock Slide does 75 damage, whereas Drill Run does 80 damage in neutral situations. So I think in neutral situations, Drill Run is the better option, because both of them are of same energy. So that is the reason I tried to catch one move onto my own Registeel over here, which I could not do, and I did a CMP tie. So I can handle one Grass Knot from that kind of range as well. And I think you guys will be seeing the timer come up, because it's really long battle, because how devastated Cresselia and Dunsparce is over here. To which now I'll be going for the next Rock Slide once again, and I think that will be able to get the knockout for this Cresselia. And the Azumarill is really low, to which the timer comes up and I get the win for the battle as well. So GG's to my opponent. Moving into the last battle and the final battle of the set and the video, I pick up a lead with Swampert once again. And for Swampert lead, I really need to bait once over here, because my backline doesn't want to face Swampert. To which I'll be hitting the first Hydro Cannon go through, and I'll be beating the Psychic with Ice Punch. So Ice Punch, though kind of a bait move, but since it's Swampert, which is even classy over here in this meta, so I'll be getting the first shield from my opponent's end. And now from this kind of range, I can shield once, and I can load up a bit of extra energy, and I can go for Ice Punch. To which now they tried to catch Ice Punch onto their wall range, which did not work out. And now from this kind of range, I can eventually let the first Earthquake go through, which does not knock me out, and I can easily go for the Zap Cannon. So Zap Cannon does now like hit for 150 damage, but the attack drop chance is lower to 66%, which is still better and good as well. To which now they comes back with their Swampert, and they will be going for the next Hydro Cannon as well, which I think I will be getting knockout with, and I come back with my own Medicham after running out the timer over here. To which for Medicham, I do have to shield over here, because they have loaded up energy, and let's see what my opponent have in the back. To which now they comes back with their own Trevenant once again. So for Trevenant, Dunsparce is kind of a really good response, because Rock Slide does neutral damage in this scenario, and Trevenant is glassy as well. So that is the reason a double shielded or maybe even a one shield, beg your pardon. So it's really late for me, so I keep messing up things. To which now they'll be going for the next Seed Bomb over here, but since I double up onto my Rock Slide over here, so the first Rock Slide will eventually get the knockout for this event as well. To which now they comes back with their Swampert. Swampert might be their MVP over here, but I'll be going for the Drill Run. But from this kind of range, they cannot farm me down, or if they over farm, which I think they must do, I could reach to one more one more trillion over here, but now I'll be coming back with my own Medicham over here with a loaded Ice Punch, which will just be enough to get the knockout for this Swampert and eventually getting the win for the 5th battle over here as well, and with a great start with Dunsparce. So that will be all for this video, and it's a really great way to start off the battle with a 4-1 victory with Dunsparce. So see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.